Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Spring Hill Now. I'm Aubrey Godet. Today we'll be covering the new Provost, how students on campus can register to vote, Hispanic Heritage Month, and Watermelon Bash, along with what's going on in Mobile, weather, and sports. Spring Hill has welcomed a new Provost to campus. Spring Hill Now reporter Natalie Mars sat down with Dr. Rebecca Cantor and how she is settling into life on the Hill.
So I'm Dr. Rebecca Cantor. I'm the Chief Academic Officer and Provost at Spring Hill College, and I have been at Spring Hill for, about 2.5 months now, so not very long. As Provost, I oversee all of the academic areas of the institution, so all of the department chairs and division chairs and all the faculty report to me, and then also libraries and the registrar's office and areas like that. One of the things that the SGA president and others asked for was extended library hours, and we've already been able to implement those, which has been really exciting. I know that they're passionate about getting the fountains to flow on campus, so that's something we're working on as well. But in terms of big programmatic changes, we're still assessing right now.
The Jesuit education is a passion Dr. Cantor holds close to her heart.
I attended 2 other institutions that were also Jesuit, Fairfield University and Loyola Marymount University, and it's been a passion of mine ever since and a goal of mine to be the provost, believe it or not, of a small liberal arts Jesuit institution, so I'm living out that dream right now. I love eating lunch in the cafeteria and that students come up and say hello. I've really enjoyed getting to know so many of the athletes, so many of the students who are passionate about so many different things. So it's absolutely the people and their passion for Spring Hill. This is an amazing place. And that's the other thing I would mention, just this campus. It's 381 acres of beauty, and we're so fortunate to have this space.
Dr. Cantor can be reached at rcantor@shc.edu or at her office on the 2nd floor of the Lucy Administration Center. With the 2022 midterms coming up, it's important to be registered to vote and make your voice heard. There are a number of great government resources to help you register. Check your registration status, find voter registration deadlines for your state, and more. Today we'll show you how to register to vote in your state and explain how absentee and early voting works. Vote.gov is a good place to start. To register, select the state you live in and follow the links to your state's electronic voter registration form, or for directions on how to register by mail or in person. If you've already registered to vote, you can check your registration status at nass.org/can-I-vote by using their voter registration status feature. After you select your state, the website redirects you to your state's website for voter registration status. While each state differs in who is allowed to cast an absentee vote, it allows you to mail or drop box before your election day. By visiting nass.org's Can I Vote site, you can find out how to request an absentee ballot from your state. When voting early, be aware of your state's absentee vote deadline. For the state of Alabama, the online registration deadline, in-person registration deadline, and registration by mail deadline is October 24th, 2022. Now you're set to head to the polls this November. Make sure you bring a valid photo ID. For Alabama residents, voters can bring their student ID from a public or private college or university in the state of Alabama as their valid form of photo ID. To get more information on how to register to vote in your state and information about upcoming elections, visit eac.gov. From September 15th to October 15th, the Center for Student Involvement will be celebrating National Hispanic Heritage Month. National Hispanic Heritage Month is a chance to celebrate the history, culture, and contributions of Hispanic Americans. All events are open and free to the Spring Hill College community. An email was sent out to all students and faculty on September 8th. This email contains all the information you need to know about CSI's National Hispanic Heritage Month. Activities include a showing of Latin art, salsa night, movie night, and more. If you're interested in volunteering for any of these events or want more information, please reach out to Mr. Q or Kaylin in CSI. Lambda Chi Alpha's annual Watermelon Bash is an event dedicated to helping the community. And if a few watermelons get smashed along the way, that's just part of the fun. Spring Hill Now reporter Natalie Williamson has the story.
Signs were made, posts were shared, and melons were smashed. But more important, money and canned goods were raised for a special cause.
So the cause is Feeding the Gulf Coast for Feeding America. We raised over 15,000 cans for the event today. We also raised over $1,000 for the scholarship fund. It's a great way to bring out canned goods and really throw on a good event, you know.
Courtney Faulkner, president of Phi Mu, gives us the inside scoop on how her sorority participated.
Raised money over the last 2 weeks to support Feeding the Gulf Coast. Throughout the last week, we've gone on trips to Walmart, raising over 9,000 cans to help Feeding the Gulf Coast. And we do have 4 teams participating in the event. So we have about 40 girls participating in order to help those contributions to both Feeding the Gulf Coast and the Caroline Lewis Scholarship.
As for Tri-Delta member Michelle Lorio, she participates in Watermelon Bash for more than just raising cans.
My favorite part about Watermelon Bash is competing. I'm so excited for the event. Me and all my teams are so excited to compete, and we can't wait.
With Lambda Pi Alpha having yet another successful Watermelon Bash, those who participated made it a melon times better. Reporting for Spring Hill Student Media, I'm Natalie Williamson.
For more information on Watermelon Bash or to view photos from the event, search at Lambda Chi Alpha SHC on Instagram. Now we go to Maddie Bauk for this week's weather forecast. Maddie?
Thanks, Aubrey. Hey everyone, let's check out the weather for this week on the Hill. Today we'll have a high of 99 and a low of 72, 6% chance of rain and 6-mile-per-hour winds. Tomorrow, there will be a high of 94 and a low of 68 with some light winds. Saturday, there will be a high of 93 and a low of 72 degrees with a small chance of rain and 8-mile-per-hour winds. Sunday, we will have a high of 92 and a low of 71 degrees with an 18% chance of rain during the day with some light winds. Starting off the week, Monday we'll have a high of 92 and a low of 69 degrees with a 25% chance of rain along with a slight breeze. Tuesday, we will have a high of 90 and a low of 66 degrees with some slight winds around nightfall. That's all for this week's weather forecast. Back to you, Aubrey.
Thank you, Maddie. Now we go to reporter Alisaya Rashid for an inside look at what's popular and coming up in the Mobile area. Alisaya?
Thank you, Aubrey. Here's what's going on in downtown Mobile. Mobile Park and Recreations is hosting Movies in the Park from now until October 20th. This is a free event every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. The movies being shown include Disney Pixar Soul, The Croods, New Age, Rock Dog 2, and The Princess and the Frog. So bring your quilts, blankets, your chairs, and drink coolers. Be prepared to enjoy a nice movie all while meeting new people and having fun with friends and family. For more information, visit cityofmobile.org/moviesinthepark. That's all for Around the Town. Back to you, Aubrey.
You're watching Spring Hill Now, winner of the 2021 Catholic Media Awards Student Journalism Award for current events affecting student life.
Thanks, Alisaya. Now we go to reporter Earthly Thomas for updates from Badger Athletics. Earthly?
Thank you, Aubrey. It was a busy week in Badger Athletics. The women's soccer team were shut out this weekend, falling 0-3 in their game against University of West Georgia, and losing 0-2 against Valdosta State University. Freshman Carlotta Stark made 4 saves during the match against West Georgia, and redshirt junior Anna Bruner made 10 saves in the game against Valdosta. The volleyball team swept both of their opponents in the SIAC crossover. In the first match against Edward Waters University, Brooke Borgemeyer made a career high of 21 kills. In their second match against Albany State University, Taylor Fontanelle recorded her 100th career service ace. This weekend, the cross-country team traveled to Montevallo. Redshirt junior Maddie Knightley placed 22nd with her best time of the season at 20 minutes and 59.49 seconds. Claire Morgan finished in 27th place, with the women's team placing 6th overall. Redshirt junior Will Tate placed 34th in the 8K race. Miles Cook ran a new personal best with a time of 28 minutes and 19.1 seconds. Let's look at the upcoming games for this weekend. Tomorrow, the women's volleyball team is traveling to Cartersville, Georgia for the SIAC crossover, where they will play Allen University and Benedict College. Both the men and women's soccer teams will also be traveling to Memphis to face Christian Brothers University. On Saturday, the men and women's cross-country team will be running at the Mississippi College Watson Cross Country Invite in Clinton, Mississippi. The volleyball team continues the SIAC crossover with matches against Clark Atlanta University, Savannah State University, and Fort Valley State University. The SHC rugby team is hosting Auburn University at Dornfield at 11 a.m. this Saturday. The weekend wraps up with the soccer teams going up against Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Next Monday, the men's golf team will travel to St. Augustine, Florida for the Jay Jennison Cup. Let's send support to our fellow Badgers by wishing them good luck. Back to you, Aubrey.
That's all for this week's episode of Spring Hill Now. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us on social media and make sure to favorite our Spring Hill page on livestream.com. From all of us at Spring Hill Now and Badger Television, thank you for tuning in this week, and we look forward to seeing you next time. I'm Aubrey Godet. Have a great week.